Yo, what's up guys, JDOG here, bringing you guys another video, and in today's video what I'm going to be doing is giving you my predictions for Stage 1, Week 2. We got 10 new matches, and with the level of competition that we've seen so far, really anything can happen. So as you can see, all 10 matches are on your screen, same format as last week. We got 2 matches on Thursday and Friday, and then 3 matches on Saturday and Sunday. Really the biggest thing that jumps out to me as far as the matchups this week is what the Toronto Ultra is going to show us. They're going up against Chicago and Atlanta Faze. And the question for me really is, can they compete with these top tier teams on a consistent basis? If they can manage to win one or even both of their matches this week, I think that's going to say a lot about where the Toronto Ultra should be in our power rankings. But without further ado, let's jump right into the predictions. Starting off on Thursday's match, we got the Florida Mutineers going up against the Los Angeles Guerrillas. I'm going to call this one a 3-1. I really like what I saw out of Florida in the Kickoff Classic. Was not a huge fan of what I saw from them last week, but they did only play one match. I'm going to say they bounce back here and they perform a little bit better in their hard points specifically. Honestly, though, this is a tough game to call. I could really see the Los Angeles Guerrillas making this a close series and potentially winning it. I don't know. I just don't want to bet against Awakening and Skies. Florida Mutineers, I'm going to go with a 3-1 for them. Next, we got the OpTic Chicago going up against the Toronto Ultra. I'm calling this another 3-1. I'm saying Toronto wins the search, and I'm betting all my chips that OpTic can win all 3 respawns. After seeing what OpTic looked like in search last week, I can't bet on them to win any kind of a Game 5. Toronto's really good. They look like they can be competitive in respawns. If they take OpTic to a Game 5, I have to go with them winning at 3-2. Right now, OpTic looks absolutely lost in search. Next up on Friday's matches, we got MIN Rokkr going up against the Seattle Surge. I'm going to say this is a clean sweep from the Rokkr. They looked really good last weekend. I don't know what's going on with the Surge. In my opinion, their roster means they should be performing better than they are, but I'm going to say Minnesota takes this. It's not close. I'm going to go 3-0 Minnesota. The next match, London versus New York. I'm going to say New York gets their first win of the season here in a 3-1. I'm going to give London one map. I'm not super high on the Subliners right now, and they were 3-0'd by the LA Thieves last week, but I'm really not too high on London either. Both of these teams are kind of in the bottom of my power rankings. Unfortunately for London, even with Parasite right now, I think New York is better than them. I'm going to say they take it in a 3-1. Back-to-back matches here for London. Starting off Saturday, I'm going to say they don't win a map against the Dallas Empire. Dallas looks like they're absolutely on fire. I know they lost to the Rokkr last week, but it was a close match, and I think the Rokkr is a lot better than London right now, so I'm going to say Dallas takes it in a clean sweep 3-0. On to OpTic's second match, OpTic Chicago going up against the Los Angeles Guerrillas. I'm going to do something similar to what I did in their first match. I'm going to bet all my chips that they win all 3 respawns, give the search to the LAG. I think OpTic has the potential to 3-0 the LAG, but also I don't know what to think about their search right now, so I'm going to say they take map 2, tie it up 1-1, and then OpTic bounces back. Again, man, it could be scary if it goes to a Game 5. I would bet on the LAG to win it. I'm going to say OpTic wins 3-1. And ending Saturday's matches, we have the Atlanta Faze going up against the Toronto Ultra. Again, guys, I think Toronto could pull off at least one upset, whether it's against OpTic or Faze. But if you're asking for my prediction, I think Faze looks really good right now. I'm going to say they take it in a 3-1. I'll give Toronto the control, but I think Atlanta Faze edges them out in terms of pure talent and where they're at right now. I'm going to say Atlanta Faze wins this series. Starting off Sunday's matches, we have Florida in their second series of the weekend. I'm going to say they take this one again in a 3-1. I really like what I've seen from Paris. They look like they're competitive in the respawns. That's why I gave them the control here. But I'm sticking with Florida to go 2-0 on this weekend. I think that they're a lot better than what they showed last week, and I'm looking for them to bounce back against a team like Paris. Next, we got the LA Thieves going up against the Seattle Surge. I'm going to say the LA Thieves 3-0 the Surge. Based on my predictions here, the Seattle Surge aren't winning a map this weekend. I don't think they're that bad, but they are playing some good teams right now, and I think the LA Thieves are one of the best teams in the league. I don't think they drop a map here. I think they win the series 3-0. And finally, to close out week 2 of stage 1, we got the Minnesota Rokkr going up against the New York Subliners. It's the last match of Sunday. I gotta say it goes to a game 5 here. I think some of these maps are going to be really close, but ultimately I think Rokkr takes it in the S&D in game 5. I like their roster and the way that they're playing. Based off what they've showed us so far, I just like them a lot more than the Subliners right now. I'm going to say they barely edge them out and they win the series 3-2. To close out a really exciting week 2 of stage 1, and just briefly taking a look at the standings based off of last week, heading into this weekend here, you can see we got 2 teams, the LA Thieves and the Faze, won both their matches. They're tied for first. Then we got a bunch of teams in the middle tied for third, and then a bunch of teams tied for last place. Going over to the group standings, these are actually the standings that are a little bit more important heading into the major. The teams that are playing each other are actually coming out of the same group, and depending on how you do in your group heading into your major, that affects where you're seated in the tournament. Similar to the last standings, you can see the LA Thieves and the Atlanta Faze are winning both their groups. We have a bunch of teams tied in the middle and then 2 teams tied at the end. But yeah, guys, that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed my week 2 predictions. Let me know your predictions down in the comment section down below. If you did enjoy the video, please do leave it a like and subscribe for more videos like this one. Please follow my socials. My Twitter and Twitch are on the screen. And if you're interested in joining the Wolfpack Discord, the link is in the description. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next one.